Welcome, you guys, to YouTube Time with Madison Christine. And I just, excuse me, I'm gonna move this back, had my coffee, so I am free, free to move both hands here. How are you guys all doing? What is the topic today? Today is a free flow, as usual, a channel, whatever we call this as artists, creatives. I believe this whole human experience is an art, it's in itself. So the topic coming through for me is about the rebellious spirit. This ties in very beautifully with my last YouTube on the shadow in the dark. um, I want to share a quote that I love that I read years ago by Scott Peck, an author, that said, "I'm a rebel with a cause." That is definitely true for me. Is it true for you? A rebel with a cause. So I know I myself have come onto this planet definitely with a different kind of frequency to help shake up the old paradigms, to bring a slant to the system. Systems aren't working. They haven't been working. And this is a time I've been training for I don't know how long, to be part of a voice, an energy of shaking it up. Let's get past these old unconscious programming and limitations. Let's bring ourselves into life instead of just watching life, right? So I'm here to help people into, if so you so choose, into your bodies, into your animal instinct, into your true soul core self. How does that start? Getting into one's feelings, you guys. Our feelings are connected to our soul. Our feelings are a navigation of yeses and nos. What is your fuck yes? Not just, well, yeah, I like that person, we have a good time. He or she's really good to me. Let's get married. That shit's not working, you guys. Let's get real, right? I'm also here we could call this a leadership position, in which I'm not here to show you some like beautiful veneer, talk like I've got no problems, no glitches, so you go through your life and you tap into a Madison YouTube and you're just gonna get this monotone, hair to my side, perfect, wah. No, I wanna be an example of what it's like to be human. It's messy, it's powerful. There's a lot of beautiful perfection in precision in this human experience when we allow ourselves to fall down, get back up. I'm in a process here with these videos, learning all over the place, right? And envisioning bigger and allowing the human side, you guys. Because remember, if you watched it in my last video, I talked about shadow. So another aspect of rebellious spirit that's so important is if you're someone who's just showing this one aspect of yourself, this perfect aspect. We see it a lot on media, you guys. There's no hair out of line. The outfit's always different. It's just not, it's not human. It's a perfectionism that can be extremely damaging. And it's also, I believe, violence on women. All these images we're not even seeing true human faces anymore. And I'm not, again, it's not black and white, because makeup and all these outfits can be a form of creative expression, which can be really fun. I'm talking about the fixated image that these kids grow up looking at, thinking that's what they've got to do to get a million likes on social media. That's what they've got to do to be wanted. And it is tragic how it affects people. I know, because I am a therapist and I work with teens. I work in the world where I get to see the insides of the people suffering from that, and also people healing from that and learning their beauty in a different way. So The rebellious spirit, so important to you guys to get in touch with these limitations, these abuses, so that we don't fall into them. That's the unconscious programming I've talked about. So I'm here to shake that stuff up in my own life and in my own corner of the world. Let's free ourselves. Let's see the lies as they are so we can see our truth more deeply. Let's pull out of the competition realm. For instance, I like to give my own examples, again, to help free you if that works for you. I know I've been freed by people who have dared to freaking put themselves out in greatness, no matter what judgments are there. There always are going to be judgments, you guys, from people that aren't happy. Okay? It's just the way it is, like I've said before. So how do we allow ourselves to break out of these old paradigms? What is an old paradigm? Paradigms such as the religious paradigm. Maybe you grew up in a household where certain words were not allowed, or you were always criticized because you didn't speak in the right English language, or you were told that success was about going to college and getting all A's, or whatever that is. Whatever you were told is success. I challenge you to step back and pay attention to how you were raised or influenced. It could have been a relationship, whatever it is that really impacted you. Did that feel good to you? Did that lift you up? Did that uplift you? Or did it make you feel less than? Did it make you feel trapped, like there's only one way to be successful? Check those things out. There's a genius in every single one of you. And then there's those gremlin voices, so the critic voices, right? And if we don't stop enough to step back and sort out where those voices came from, are those your voices, or were those ingested that became an unconscious programming in you? For instance, I come from a programming where there was definitely a right way to do it, which caused me to be very, very careful, too careful, extremely cautious with every interaction in my life, with my creativity. I finally busted through that because I'm like, I either live or I live not alive, right? I had to do a lot of work to come to self-worth, to even put myself in worthiness and visibility. But now I know that this isn't just about me anymore. I had to get out of my way enough to be in purpose and to realize that this is for whoever hasn't felt seen, and we connect, and may you be free as well, right? So I grew up in a programming where there was a certain right way, and there was so much criticism. I mean, it never ended, right? So I had to really look at those programmings that I had brought upon myself after ingesting that, and let go of all of that. So for instance, I will be very vulnerable, like even in putting myself out. That voice sometimes will come in and be like, well, you should have like a PowerPoint and everything. It's like, wait a minute. Hell no. Channeling, being open to new frequencies, we smash that old way. I like what Wim Hof says, you gotta shut the mind up. We actually need to get out of our minds and into our soul and our body. That's the experience. Animals aren't out there, well, Harvey, if we do this, we might get us something, blah, 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 whatever. And, twisting that shit around, they're fucking doing it. Their instincts are on, right? I encourage you to wake up. Let's wake up together. I'm definitely a wake-upper. And in a loving way, and a fierce way. Where in your life do you feel rebellious? Maybe you've been friends with someone and they just tell you the same story, repeat every single day. Maybe they're finding someone to not like every day and you're hearing this repeat story, and you're just finding yourself inside wanting to punch walls, wanting to kick something. Okay, so that's a moment where I would challenge you and say, what if you this one day just walked away? What if what if you just didn't text the person back or engage in that behavior? It doesn't mean you don't like the person, but what if you decide not to enable a victimhood mentality? What if you've been in a relationship where you're really just realizing you're not happy, but you're playing this game out? Maybe out in the world you're perceived as such a happy couple, but maybe inside you want to just take a step back and at least give yourself a moment to say, am I happy? Let that rebel in you out. Do you want to be happy? I know that word it's a potent word because it means you got to look at stuff. And it also will change your life. So where in your life can you look at a part of you? That is the shadow. We're doing more shadow work here. The part of you that's just like, I'm so irritated. I can't take one more moment of this. Well, I'm going to challenge you. What's a new behavior you can do to get your power back? Do you really want to enable a victim who's staying in their misery story? Who's staying in blame? Remember, when we blame others, when we blame ourselves, there's a misery, there's an unhappiness going on, and we have a choice to step out of that and to rise through that, which is the awesome part of all of this. So where in your life can that rebellious shadow energy assist you in setting boundaries? And of course, I will be doing a video on boundaries as well at some point here. So where in you is there somewhere you can do something different today? Maybe not responding today. Maybe if you respond in a way that's more in your power. Play with it. Encourage you to go further past that edge if you really want to feel life in your bones. And remember, those that are true friends in your life honor your boundaries, even if their ego freaks out at first. They will honor you. And if they don't, why do you want them in your life? Wow, there's a powerful energy today wanting to come through around all this. So I am saying a big shout out. Cheers to living your life and living your life out instead of someone else's life. I have a sneeze coming. Oh my gosh. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for listening and for being with me in my humanity and creativity. I encourage yours. That's why I'm here. I encourage you. I empower you. We get in our power, you guys. We arrive in ourselves. We arrive in love. And there's nothing more profound. You're not reaching out. You're reaching in and you're finding more and more abundance. So all my love, thank you so much. I'll meet you all on the flip.